Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Hi. This is going to be a live video chat show where we do arts and crafts for adults. And it's for adults because we use sharp things like scissors and needles and heat guns and hot glue guns and dangerous electrical items. And but we're also a chat room where we talk to everybody as they come in, and we have a lot of fun.
Yes, he's using a Gorilla pillow.
Okay.
Have you heard about Gorilla Ergo?
Stop. Get off. Okay, let's see if we can turn that volume down and go down in here and look for me. And there we are. So there it is. So I can see the chat room real close up here. That's what we want to do. We're going to plug it in so we don't lose contact. So I've got a few things that we're going to do today for fun. So hi Joyce and Sharon Lombard. Good to see you. Here we are. I'll put this over here for a minute. So I made this book up a couple weeks ago and stitched it together, and I did it in front of you guys, and I put some grafter's tape on the spine, and I need to glue it down more because it came off, and but I think what I'm going to do is just get a piece of fabric and put a cloth fabric bind on it over top of the grafter's tape, and then I'll hot glue this on. So I'm just going to take a piece of this, and I'll show you how I put some fabric on a spine to reinforce it so that it'll stay together. You can do it 100 different ways, but we're going to do it this way. And it's not going to go from top to bottom, but it's going to go this as much as this. So I'm going to hot glue this on here, and then I'll fold it over and glue it on the back. So I think that would be good enough. And I don't really care what fabric I use, but I think I'll do 3 stripes. So while we're waiting for people to come in, I'm going to glue this on. And I've got my hot glue turned on, and got some extra glue. So let's see if we can get this on here without too much trouble. If I hurry, I can do it all in one time. So like that. We'll let it fray just a little bit. So, hi Glitter. What you doing? Hi Ellen. Come on in. So we can do binding, and when you bind a book, you can do it 100 different ways. Just to let you know. So let's try this. Like that. So hi Margaret. Welcome. Welcome everybody. I'm just repairing the spine on this book. So we're going to flip it over And we're going to glue the other side on and reinforce this spine. It won't come apart. Ever, 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 ever come apart. Never, never. It's never going to come apart. So we'll open that up. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue each right here. Like that. So anyway, for tonight, I got lots to do tonight. We're going to. I've got my Victorian book out that I made this earlier this year, summer, and you a lot of you all watched me from beginning to end as I made that book, and I'm just going to do a little flip through to show the new girls what I did, kind of talk about it. And I also found another napkin flow book that I forgot I had. I got so much stuff, I just don't know what I have. I can't remember everything. So I put this on there for the spine, and let's see if I can't show it to you now a little bit. And I do have a tassel up here. Um, and um, so this was done earlier this year, and these pictures were done back in last fall of 24, September and October of last year. I just love that. And paper piecing with painting and collaging and more painting. And this one's got stickers, painting and stickers. How about that? So cute things. And we're going to do some more things. I'm going to try to do something, a big page tonight. And I think I'm going to try to collage it. And hi, Janet Nash, Esther, good evening. Glad to see you here. So, yeah. Uh, so anyway, we put this book together, and I had some tape on the back of it, and the tape wasn't holding it. So I reinforced it with some hot glue and a piece of fabric. So this book is going on the shelf. So that one's done. And then the other day, Tuesday, we made this little book, and we put beads on the spine. I love it. It's got charms, and it's a soda pop box book. And we had glued napkins down. And tonight I want to finish inking a little bit, and maybe doing some stamping in it. I can do some. There's room to stamp, and maybe some stickers. And we're going to work on this a little bit tonight and see what we can play with. And I've got there's more, and there's more. No, Joyce, he's out on the lawnmower, so I'm going to have to wait for him to come in. So you're welcome, Esther. Got some happy mail, okay? So, but I'll see if he doesn't come in, I'll go out and get it. I'll run out there and go get it. It's a little the walk is not super easy for me, but it's at the end of the driveway. So here's the other napkin book I forgot I had, and it's this way, okay? So this is about the same size as a dinner napkin, and those dinner napkins are are rectangles like this. So they're in there like a flow book. I've got five pieces of yarn that they're up tucked up underneath, and you can look at all the napkins. Like this is one signature right here. It's a piece of yarn, and I tucked up all the napkins up underneath it and folded the napkins in half like that. So I think this is the center. Right there's the center. Here's the napkins. There's the yarn, and so I have more napkins to go through. If I need any more napkins, I've got them right here. And I never did use the the strawberry napkin, so I can put it in here. So I go to the middle where the yarn is, and I open my napkin just this one time, and I put it up under the yarn or whatever you have, cord, uh, elastic, whatever, rubber band even. But you don't want the rubber band to be too tight to tear it. So you want it to be loose in there. And then now that's in the napkin book. So this is the dinner napkin book, and there's five signatures in here with lots and lots of napkins. So I'm going to leave this one out for a little while so we can use some of these napkins. Forgot I had them all. And I did not buy all these napkins. They were 99% of them were given to me by you guys in the chat room. I have bought napkins. Don't get me wrong. I've bought a lot of napkins, but in this particular book, I don't recognize. I recognize one or two that I may have bought, or I have bought something like it before. But these are all been given to me, the majority of them. And I can remember buying napkins, uh, but none of these look familiar to me too much. Some of them do. This one does. I remember buying napkins like that before, but I think that was given to me as well. So, you might have a few doubles. So these are really, really cool napkins to play with, and we might look for one tonight to play with. You recognize some of them? Yep, yep. I know you all did. Margaret did a lot of them. She was a napkin zombie for a while. All she did was buy napkins. She loved to buy the napkins and share. And then I shared them too during when we had the napkin trade. Now we're not going to have a napkin trade probably maybe next year. We'll do a napkin trade if a lot of the you guys want to do a napkin trade. So, but that'll be next year, not this year. So I had that, and what I wanted to maybe do a napkin with get this over here so it'll stay. Um, I have a great big book in my possession, and it's a Currier and Ives book. Got it at the secondhand store, and Joe claimed it. He wanted to keep it, and it sat in there in the living room for 3 years. He never touched it, never looked at it. So somehow, by accident, that book came back into my craft room. Well, me in my craft room, I use everything in my craft room. There's nothing that can't be crafted with in my craft room. I don't have keepsakes in my craft room. No, no, no. It's not a library back here. So, anyway, these Currier and Ives are two painters back in the 1800s. They were famous for paintings, and this particular book is like 2 inches thick, this size of pages of all of their paintings and pictures of them, their copies. And it's amazing how they captured uh, a scenery or a view of something, how they pictured. I mean, there's no way that they could have painted that and them hold still to let them paint that. They painted it from their either, I guess, pictures or sketches. They would sketch and then they would go back home and paint. But they were very, very famous. And what I wanted to do was maybe take a couple uh, of people and do a background on my page. And I got these for the fish book. I've already started the fish book. I started the fish book. It's up here somewhere. I think this is it. So I'm going to start putting fish in here. I tore out every other page. And so when I start, if you all have any fish, mail me your fish and I'll put it in the fish book. So these two are going to go in there, and then this is where they come back from fishing. Home, it says, and they named all of their pictures. Home from the brook, Lucky Fisherman, Currier and Ives, 1867, and it's kind of done in black and white. There's no color on this picture, but these two can definitely go into the fish book. So it's fun to collect things. Just fun. You got stickers? Well, start me an envelope when you get an envelope. And then when you get enough stuff in it that you want to mail me, you can mail me some of your stickers. But you don't have to just mail me just the stickers. Wait until you have one envelope full. But anyway, and then these horses, these are called uh, trotter cards. Trotter cards. And they would make them, and I guess people would trade them and stuff like that. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, they did a lot of Christmas scenes, and they did the four seasons of the farm. They would have the farm in the spring and the summer and the winter and the fall and the winter. They would have the houses of the same, but sceneries of the seasons. They were very big with the horses and the Christmas and the sleigh type pictures. They're in that book. They're in that book. But anyway, I got into the book today and I wanted to um, use some of these, and I wanted to cut these guys out, and I think those will be cute to put in Happy Mail when I mail out stuff to you guys. You'll get a trotter card. I thought that would be, and it's considered ephemera as well because it's 1800s. Ephemera is something old, and usually it's yellowed and brittle, and it's something stationary type product. So I don't need that. So I'm going to stick this over here. So here's one where they played baseball. American National Game of Baseball, Currier and Ives, 1866. But they were famous for their details, and I mean, like the people, they're characters. They're not like photo, but it captures so many other elements. And look how they did the people in the background. And that's what it probably looked like back in the day. Can you imagine playing baseball in 1866? Going to a game? So anyway, and then I got there's this guy. He is Charles Roel, the celebrated pedestrian. So he must have been a runner. He must have run for, you know, the celebrated pedestrian. And it's a character picture, but it captures so many of it's the real part, the realism. So I liked this picture. It was a double picture in the book. but I got half of it, and I liked it with all of the trees and the moon and the foliage down here. And then I thought I would try to put that couple or one of those the lady in here. And then I found a train, so we know where that's going to go, up behind by 12. So Michelle's got horses. Well, I've never done a horse book yet. I do have a lot of horses in here, and I do see horses. I used to, we used to have a, a, a friend in here, a very good friend, and she loved horses as a hobby. She loved her horses, and so every time I found a horse, I would mail it to her. And now we're into trains, and we're mailing our trains to Tim. He's his mother comes in our group and plays with us. We play, and I like to send him trains. I don't know what he does with them. I don't know if he collects them or if he just likes them. I don't know if he has a book about them. Oh, I should have kept the title of it. There's a title of it. I'm sure of it. Nope, this one. Here's one of the Christmas Ives and the sleigh, and I bet that's milk from the milk farm. That's a famous picture, and they had a lot of them printed up and sold as behind frames. So uh, this one was done in oil. Danger signal. Okay, this is a chromograph lithograph printed oil from oil made outside of the Curio and Ives factory, but bearing the imprint. So they would, I guess they had a factory of their paintings, and that's how they publicized them and printed them and all that jazz. And it talks about, but this is a danger signal where they're flashing their lights, okay, in behind the train, because if you go down the train track and around the bend, there's another train coming, so they've got to stop. Somebody's got to back up, and that was before they had um, the train alarms on the railroad tracks. This was back in the 1800s. This was 1884, and it says United States Mutual Accident Association, Broadway, New York. Accident insurance. They have advertisements on here. Best in the world, half the rates. So yeah, that's a coal train. So we're going to send that to Tim, and I might have an envelope over here, and I'm thinking I might have had another picture, but I don't remember seeing it. I think I do have more trains in that book. I'll have to get it back out again and go through it. And but I thought I had two trains. There's a big fish. It's going in the fish book. Brook trout just caught. Curian Ives, undated. So he probably didn't think too much of this picture. Anonymous. They don't know which one did it. They were very, very similar in their habits of how they painted and stuff like that. But I'm sure it was 1800s. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut the fish. I'm going to cut this one fish out, and then I'll put it in as a flip out in the book because my book's not that big. But don't forget his tail. So this is, and here's the other side. I'll show you the other side before I cut it up. This is Black Bass Sparing, New Brunswick. Curian Ives, undated. Look how they had the boat when they night fished. I don't see their fishing poles, but whatever they traveled a lot by boat, and if you needed a ride, down the river, up the river, and then some of these swamp and rivers around the world, not just. I'm sure there were a lot of them on the East Coast. A lot of this, and they would have this basket and make a fire, kind of like a headlight. There's another one over here. Very interesting how they used to travel around. But I want the fish. Let's see. If I dye braille paper, should I spray it so that the paper doesn't get warped? Well, I tell you what you could do is you could maybe cut a piece off of it and test it. But it's going to get warpy, and then it depends on what you're going to use it for. If you're going to use it for collage, it doesn't matter if it's warped because you're going to glue it down. But I don't know what else you're going to use it for. But yeah, I think you could spray dye it, would be keep it from warping too much. Uh, but any paper will warp or wrinkle. And something like a braille paper, it is more fluffy. The paper type, the paper is kind of a lightweight paper, like a mixed media paper, and because so that they can do the holes in it to for the braille. But I would maybe test the side of it, and I don't know what you want to do, what you're going to do with it. So hi Juju, come on in. I'm just cutting a fish. So if you need me, type in caps so that I can see you. So that I can see you. And I have an announcement to make. Um, Becca, she's been up north visiting her family up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and she has gee, she has a relative. His name's Orrin, and he is. I don't know if he's a nephew. I think he would be a nephew to her, not necessarily a grandson. I think he's more of a nephew to Becca. But Orrin has been on Becca's channel several times. He would come and craft with her and stuff. Well, he's in middle school now, and he's in the band, and he wants to go on a band trip, and he's got to raise some money. So if anybody feels like they would like to help Orrin, uh, so that he can go on his band trip, he's really excited about it. And Becca said that if he got some money from she's got a GoFundMe going, and if he gets some money to go on the trip, and he will come on and make and do a video show and craft for us, uh, for his you know thank you. And he's a good kid. He's a super super good kid, but he's Gatton's half brother, and that's who he really is. And he's a nephew, sort of a nephew in a family way to Becca, and they're close. They're close together. And Orrin has the other two cats. When Becca, she got some kittens. She had 4 kittens, and two of them went to Orrin, to his house, and she kept two. So, but anyway, there will be a link running around, and I'm sure Becca will talk about it more. And I don't know when he's going on the trip, and she can also tell you where they're going, and all that jazz. So please consider that if you watch Becca and Dana. That would be a great big favor. So I'm going to hang on to this because of the coloring, and I'll throw it away at the end of the day. I'm not going to keep. I'm not going to throw it away just yet because we're going to do something. I was looking for an envelope to put this in. I thought I might have one for Tim started. So I will get another envelope started here for Tim. See if it'll go in here. Oh, I hope it does. Oh, I think it might. Just a little bit of a trim. Ooh, I hate to trim it too much. But if I have to, I have to. This part of it's going to get trimmed. Curio knives. What did I say this was? 1800s. 1866 or something? What was it? Let's mark it. I'm going to put 1888 in gold. That's a gold gel pen. Look at that. It's shiny. It's metallic. So, and there's Linda. She caught me in the act. Oh, Linda. I'm sending, I'm going to send Tim a train. Does he have a scrapbook of trains or a folder of trains? Does he do any kind of, crafts or anything with them? We'll just ask Linda right now how he likes his trains, or he just collects pictures, and I hope he watches them on YouTube because you can watch the trains on YouTube. Let's see what she says. So, oh my, yes, he has a glue book of trains. Okay, great. Because I'm going to continue to send him trains as long as I live, forever and ever. And I think I've got something over here. Does he have a train whistle? Does he have a train whistle? He could put it on the shelf. Steffi's got some trains. Okay. He does watch on YouTube. Great. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay, let me just put his name on this. I'll wait till I get a few things and then mail it out. Oh, I had to take this call. Just a minute. Hello? Yeah, yeah. A day late? Oh, well, that's quite all right. I knew we had already done it. That's all. No big deal. No big deal. Ricky did call me too. He called me. But No, I didn't. I wasn't expecting it, so that's fine because we had been out. Well, I'm streaming. I'm on live. If you want to come on and watch me, that's where I am. We're playing. We're arting around. So come on over. See what we're doing. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. We had gone. That my sister. We had gone out to eat, and Janelle, Joe's youngest daughter, was in over the weekend, and we all went out to eat for my birthday, and but my birthday wasn't until yesterday, and so she gave me my birthday card, and we went out to dinner, and that was it. It was, no big deal. And she said, well, I didn't even call you yesterday. I said, well, but we'd already said that, we don't need to do it again. And I didn't expect her to call me again. So but anyway, so so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to cut this. I am going to tear this. So we're going to create a page with this. So let me play with it a little bit. Uh, I think this is on the Hudson River, and there's fireworks coming from a barge. So it's probably a holiday, and they were shooting fireworks. But I'm not going to try to keep the fireworks. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to go around the trees. But see how they made how they painted the clouds? So I'm going to see if I can't do that too, paint like that. But I'm going to tear this around the trees. I've done this before. I'm going to keep the moon and go around the trees. So they used more boats back then than cars. They didn't have the roads like we've got them. And I think I'll just go down there. I'm gonna keep that little scrap until I finish the picture. I might need a piece of it. But they didn't have a lot of roads back then, and had a lot of potholes and all that jazz. They didn't have the system that we've got today. But that's what we're going to use on our paper. So let me get these other pictures. I don't know why I pulled them out, just to show, I guess. And I think I'm going to use this girl here. Let's see. I like her the best. There's a couple. Maybe I'll do the couple. So these will go over to the stash over here. I'm not going to use those just yet. But here they're walking down the road. And there's a church back there. But and oh, here's another one of those the cards, these collecting cards, and they were Kira and I were also very political. They were all about uh, their armed forces and stuff like that. They were all over that kind of, and they would do a lot of, how is it the New York? Because it's one of the New York papers where they have a cartoon and they paint figurines, and then they would have a joke, underneath it. That's kind of like I think how that came about. But they were famous for doing all kinds of things. Anyway, I thought these cards, along with the horse cards, the trotting cards, would be cute for Happy Mail. And there's a little label underneath them, and I'll keep that on there so you can see what each one is. But anyway, that's one over here with the horses. Let's see if Joe will come back in. Come back in, Joe. We need you. So put that over there. And I'm going to tear this out. Nora's barking. Was hoping Joe would be back in. Might be the neighbor. He comes over sometimes. So here is this. Like that. Save that for later. I don't know if I need it. We'll see. And anyway, I wanted to make a page with this and this couple, and we're going to glue it down on in my glue book, and we're going to paint the background like another road, or we'll paint another and some clouds, and then we'll glue these down on top of the background page and make a collage. That's what we're going to do with this. So we're putting that right there till we get ready. And I'm going to go ahead and show you my my Victorian book. Somebody requested it, and it's just a book. I used a hardback reading book that I got from the refuge, and my button is trying to come off, so I'm going to reattach my button. And I believe this was gifted to me. It's a cluster. And I put fabric down on the book. And I've got a ribbon around the belly of it to tie it shut. I made tassels. I made some beads. I've got some thread that I need to braid. There's 3 of them there. I can braid. There's the beads. And then the front of it, I have some pretty ribbon and lace that I think Juju sent me that. And I think Becca sent me one of these. Anyway, it all goes together with the tag that somebody made me. And I'm sure it's on the back by somebody. It is by Stephanie. Stephanie made me my tag. And that's the front of my Victorian book. And I put all kinds of papers in here, different kinds of paper. When you make your book, you can do anything you want. There's no right or wrong when you do something in your book. You can see here. You can decorate it any way you want. Just fix that little repair there. And so I've got a lot of gold rub in here. I've got stickers, and I've got stamps and words and dates. I've got lace and ribbon trims on the edges. You name it, it's in here. A lot of pictures, some stamp words. And that's how I did my Victorian book. Now, a lot of people, they'll do the book and they'll leave the pages plain so that, yes, Ellen, I'll show you. You can leave your pages plain and then you can use this as a journal book. Well, I don't journal. I like glue booking the best. And I made this doll, and uh, napkin. I got a napkin in here, and this is the teacup napkin. And I made some things. Here's another napkin that was given to me. I think that came from Margaret. And this was some stationery paper that I had in my possession, and I liked it in the book. With this was on the stationery, and lots of decorations and collection. You collect things, pockets, a lot of uh, vintage, ephemera stuff in it, and just lots of different things. These were the circle artist trading circles given to me. I had this stamp, and I inked around her and colored her in. And a lot of the stamps were given to me as well. Uh, I have a bird book that I put in bird stickers, more tags. This one's from Sharon Lumbar, and just anything I thought that would look good in the book. And it didn't matter if anything was torn or something like that. It didn't bother me. It just add character to the book. There was a hidden paper clip from Margaret, and another one down. Oh, this little book is from Margaret. It's a flip. It's a flip. It's a trifold little thing that she made me, and she put things in here. Isn't that cute? And it folds back up. Cute, cute things. There's some piece of vellum, and I glued a little cluster there. This was a out of a cutout book, and I had this little piece of lacy stuff, and I put that on the front of her blouse and added some lace to the edge. Ellen wants to make everything. Ellen, um, a couple of months ago, we did hidden paper clips, so you can go back into the archives and look for hidden paper clips in my on my titles on my videos, and then you can watch them. You can also Google how to make hidden paper clips. They're super easy and fun. They're super fun to make. We had a ball making them. We did it as a trade. But Ellen, I need to have Ellen come and spend a couple of weeks with me so I can get her caught up on everything, because she wants to know how to make everything. We love you, Ellen. So don't get discouraged. We'll just one day at a time. We'll teach you something every day. And so anyway, this is the Victorian book, and it's got lots of different types of paper. This came from the post office when I got my stamps, and it's the glycine paper. There's another wax piece here. I put it up front where I glued that thing down. There we go. So this is a napkin. We did some more clusters. This is a tuck spot. Somebody sent me the bird, and it was me. That's one of my creations, and it's not an ATC size, but it's almost something I made, which is good. And here's another tuck spot. There's a Victorian girl, and another tag from, I think this is from Sin. Nope, this is from Doretha. Isn't that cute? We'll be doing tags again, but probably not till next year. Does anybody need their names for the hidden pocket trade? Does anybody need their names for the hidden pocket trade? Type in caps. Type in caps. So anyway, I'm just doing a little flip through, and here's some more ephemera and a note. A love note from Anitra. Here's another tag. I glued it down, so I don't know who sent it to me. Judy did. No, Juju. Juju made me this tab. Juju did. I should put her name on the front of the book. Yeah, that's Juju. So thank you, Juju. So this is what you can put in your, you can use all your Happy Mail things and stuff like that. And this was another collage page that I did with another cluster. I love doing clusters. And here is a page that is a napkin page. And I had all these pictures out of a magazine and I glued them down on some craft paper and then I cut them out again and glued them. This is like scrapbooking. This is how you scrapbook. So, yep. And another napkin. There's an empty page. We could always go back and add to the Victorian page. Maybe I can use some of the Curio and Ives parts of the pictures and put some of them in here because that's Victorian age. That is Victorian age. So isn't that cute? Here comes Joe. Phew. Thank goodness. And there's another. This is from Cindy Levin. A paper doll. Here's a little picture. This says 1899. And it's a little boy in front of the school, the class. Hey, Joe. Oh, he's right there. Hey, Joe. Will you go get the mail?
Oh,
The
okay.
girls want to know if you would go get the mail.
Yes, girls.
They said, "Where's Joe?"
That's my job, honey. I just checked it. 2 o'clock and there wasn't nobody there yet.
Yeah, well, they don't come until after 4.
Okay. Come on, Nora. Let's go outside and check the mail.
So here's some more Happy Mail. There's another hidden paper clip. I'm going to show you. Did anybody answer me on the hidden pocket names? Uncle Joe, Uncle Mr. Joe. That's right. He could be your uncle. This is another napkin. And these girls are so pretty. They're on some fancy paper that I have. Papyrus paper. Here's another hidden clip from Brenda. Good, good. This is more stationery paper. I have a lot of stationery paper. And I need to put something on this label right there. So it's always there's always something that you can do to continue your books. Janet says, "Yes, Linda, Beth. Uh, this one is from Sharon Reinheimer, and she sent me some fairies. I got to put them in my fairy book tonight. Uh, I need names for my one-way pocket, no return necessary. Okay, Linda. Okay, okay. I'll get that for you. So anyway, I was just trying to do a little quick flip through on my Victorian book, and I made it online. So since I made this online, maybe I need to make another book to show you how to make a book. And I'm always making books, so there's a million of them to do. Love that. I forgot who sent me that. Anyway, so stickers. But anyway, that's about that's the Victorian book. And but the fabric, you lay your book down on your fabric and you cut it out and then you glue it on. It's not a hard thing to do. And then you fold the edges. Use your hot glue gun, and you fold the edges over the edge, and then you have another big piece for in here for the middle of this book. Now I took my book and I made this in 3 pieces. Let me show you how to to do it.
No mail. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no mail today.
No mail.
Thank you, Joe. No mail today.
You're welcome.
I'll have a handful tomorrow.
Oh my. I'll
So
get the truck.
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to cover a book. Okay. So you want to get your cardboard, and I like recycling cardboard. I like recycling old books. So we're going to pretend this is my cardboard, and we're going to get a piece of get a piece of linen, and we're going to even it up. Like this. Okay. So if we have a piece of cardboard and we want to make a book, well, we got to decide how big we want our book to be. So let's make our book this big. So you got 2 pieces of cardboard. One's going to be the front of the book and one's going to be the back of the book, right? So here you go. There's the front and the back right there. Well, the spine of the book, you're going to take another piece and you're going to make the spine of the book. Okay? So, this is how you do it. Whatever size you want to make it. There's no set size. Okay. So, you take your cardboard and you lay it down, and then you're going to glue your cardboard down. You're going to glue it down. So I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to pretend this is my book. Okay, we're making an example book. I'm gluing it down. Now you're going to glue it all over, and I'm tacking it down. This is an example. So you're going to glue all around all 4 edges and glue your front and your back down. So I left it separate here on purpose. I want this so that I can have a nice spine. So then you take your edges and you fold them in on the side of your book like this. And then you take the top part and you're going to glue it down all the way across as well. Like that. Okay? And then you're going to do the same thing with the bottom. Now, if I had made that just a little bit more, I won't have to make a seam, but that's okay. It's no big deal. We're going to glue the inside of the book up as well. So then you take another little piece of fabric. I do. You want to fill me back up? I'm going through
Lemonade. The cold lemonade.
it. Sprite.
Sprite.
I used Sprite. So I had another little piece over here. What did I do with it? So then you take another little piece of fabric when you cover that up. Okay, any way you want, cover it up any way you want. And so that's the backbones of your book. That's how you make your book. Then you're going to do, then you're going to make your pages, and you're going to put your pages in here, and you're going to do it any way you want to do it. But this is going to be the book. This is the back part of the book. And then you're going to either Coptic stitch, or you're going to do another 3-stitch binding technique. You'll do a flow book technique, whatever technique you want to make. But this is the back part of your book. Now all you have to do is add your signatures and your pages. And that's how you make the material on your book. Something like that. So I hope that helps you out a little bit. And um, let me get Linda her name before we're going to talk about the hidden pocket tray real quick. Anybody else need their name that I have missed? Marty says, who is Orrin? Orrin is Rebecca's nephew. And he is going to he's trying to raise money to go on a band trip. And he's all into the band. He loves the band. He loves the music. And he plays some kind of instrument like the French horn, but it's not the French horn, it's something else. Yes. It's it's uh it's Becca's relative son. It's also Gatton's half brother. It's complicated. But anyway, Orrin has been online on Becca's channel several times, and he likes to craft and do things, and he's a really good kid, and he's in middle school now. So this will be his first big band trip. So she wants him to get to go. She said she'd try to help him raise money to go. So, oh, Ginger. Okay, Ginger needs a name, and Linda wants a name. Okay, thank you, Marty. Lots of questions tonight, but that's okay. So let me go over here and see about names. Um, okay. Um, let me write this down. I don't want y'all to read my scribbles here. It's confusing. So I've got 2 names for the hidden pocket for you to send to, and one of them I'll have to message you, Pam. I'm going to give you, actually, Pam. Uh, you've got other names too. Did you get Margaret and Esther, Pam? You have Margaret and Esther. And if you still want another name, I can give it to you. And then Linda, I'm going to give you Brian Dickey. And he is in my group. Well, thank you, Ellen. Let's see. Did Pam answer me? Hi, Lamont. Okay, so I'm going to give Linda Brian, and I'm going to give Pam. Uh, there's another Brian that we have, and I will have to message you his address. I will message you his address. Anybody else? Okay, for hidden pockets. Okay, Esther, see you later. She'll be back after she eats. All right, type to me in caps if you need anything else. Okay, so we're done with the hidden pockets. Now, does anybody need any help with the hidden pockets as far as making them? And um, I am going to show Ellen how to make a hidden paper clip. So you're going to need something like this. You're going to need a piece of paper like that, and maybe some pretty paper. And I've got a piece of pretty paper over here. Let's see what's left of it. It's a piece of pretty paper. So I'm going to take my pretty paper, cut it out, and I'm going to trim. So here's how you make a hidden paper clip. So you got two pieces of paper, and you can make your hidden paper clip any way you want to make it, okay? So if you've got two pieces of paper and one of them is framed with the back piece like this, then you're going to take and fold it in half. No glue yet. No glue. Fold it in half. Take your pretty paper off and get you a paper clip. If I can find one. Get you a paper clip. Well, shoot, I dropped it. Get back here. There's a paper clip. That's a little rubber band. You take your paper clip and put it on the bottom part, and then you're going to glue your pretty piece on top, just like that. And I'm going to use this. And you're going to glue it on top. It doesn't matter which way. Back on the fold. Glue that down, and that is a hidden paper clip. So when you put it on something, when you put it on a page, you go in between. You can I like doing the corners and just making them round a little bit. Just a little bit. And anyway, you take your paper clip and you put it on your book page, in your book, and there's a hidden paper clip. Hi, Debbie. So that's how you do a paper clip. Okay. So I found my sticker book over here the other day. I told you I lost it, but I found it. So I was going to look for some stickers that might look good in our Coca-Cola book. Like this butterfly. This is a yellow butterfly, and it's a magazine, and it's just tacked down in the front of the book so that I can use it. So all I have to do is put some glue on it, and I can use this butterfly in here. like that. So, did I miss anybody's questions or anything? Hi, everybody coming in. Come on in. Okay, okay. So, there's all kinds of cute stamps in this book, and I need to use them up. I've had the book for so long now. I need to use them up. So I'm just going to glue this one. And it'll go on there too. She's a dancer. Okay. So I got a couple of those in there. That looks good on that page. And you can continue to look through your magazines and things too. And stamps. I got some stamps right behind me. I could use some stamps. Here's another one of those uh, red flowers. Is it a poppy? We'll put a poppy on the poppy page. Just because. So that's good. So we need a something over there. I found a little. I think it's a poodle. It looks like a little poodle of some sort. So he's going to go down here with this father son. They can be walking the dog. So Juju's going in the balcony. Are you home yet? She's been working a lot. This flower here might go good on this page. Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to do a little bit on each page. There's a balloon. We could put the balloon in there. We're going to put it right there. Just randomly picking some stickers to put in here. So Marty's bringing out the cart, the dessert cart. Steffi's eating everything off the dessert bar. Okay. We're just doing some random pictures here. Random. We'll go put this bird up here. And then this little thing right here. I don't know what it is, but we're putting it there. That's where it's going. Okay. But if we do a little bit each time I stream, if we do a little bit each time, then it'll get done. I'm gonna get this big old green butterfly over here. We'll put it down. And he should show up. What did I do? It's tour or something. So we're just gonna put him right there. And it's a little rip on the sticker. So we'll just have to put a little put a little band-aid on that or something. Like that. Ta-da! Okay, so we worked in this little book for a little while, so let's put it up. And I want to get the fairy book out because I've got some fairies to put in it. And that's extra something. So let's get the fairy book back out. And find my birthday fairies. Had some fairies that were given to me, so we want to get those out. This is a big piece of paper for something else. And see, I had these two pictures. I was going to try to do something with those too, with the collaging. So let's get that out of the way. And my fairies are here. I think I had 3 of them. I had 3 of them. 2, 3. Okay, and then these cards, why don't I just put these in the Coca-Cola book? I could put these in the Coca-Cola book. No, they're too big. I'm not going to do it. I'll save them for something else. Maybe I'll make a happy birthday happy mail page. But I got this in the mail the other day, so I could put this in my book. A hidden paper clip, which I just showed you. So I'm going to put this one in there on that page. So that's good. There we go. Now we're talking. And I have a bow. I think I'm doing okay. Back to square. So that was good for that book. I'm still having a hard time keeping things over there. Okay. So with the fairies, let's go through the book and see if we can find a spot for these little fairies around. Not around this postcard. I did stickers, and then around this postcard, I did stamping, and I love that. I think that is so pretty. It's soft. So I know I've got more postcards to do in here, like on this page. So what I could do is maybe put a little bit of color down around this one. And then I could put these little fairies on this page. You know, they can go around, play around like this. That would look cute. So let me paint the background. And I want to get some, I want to use some green. And I also want to use some blues and purple. So let's get this green bottle back out. And I want it to be um, watercolorish. Maybe I should use watercolors. Oh, let's just use watercolors. Then I won't have to worry about the paint. That's what we'll do. So I got some paint. Let's see, one of these over here would be good. Let's see what this one is. This has got some paint in it. So let's put that over there, get a water brush, and this will be good. So I'm going to start with this one first, but I want it to be watery, so I'll go over here, transfer the paint over here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is. Oh, it was paint. Anyway, I'm going to take my water bottle, my spray bottle, and add some more water to this. And then I want to do a purpley, and a blue. Let's see if that'll be enough to do what I want to do. So I'm taking this over here, and I'm going to paint around here. And this is not glued down all the way, so I can get underneath it. And I'm just going to um, make it blobby so that it looks good. So I can get some watermarks on here around the edges. And I'd like to blend in with the colors that are already there. So, like that. And then I'm going to try getting in another color. There's the black. And I think that is brown. And I'll get some more color over here and water it down a little bit. And if it's too dark, you just water it down a little bit more. Just water it down. That's all I'm doing. So we're putting a little bit more watercolor down. And I'm playing. If you need me, type in caps so that I can be sure to see what you're saying. And I don't know what you call this type of painting where you do just watermarks. I don't know if it's a style of painting or if it's just something I'm making up as I go. I have no idea. It's a little bit purple. Okay. Working good. I need some of that brown. try this. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. So that's the background. It blends in nicely. Now we can, I need a napkin to sloppy up this paint, and I might be able to do some more mark making with it. Huh? Yeah, I sure can. A little bit of that one too. All right. Ah, that's real good. That's real good. I don't need that. I'm going to leave this open just a little bit so that it will dry out like that. Then I got to make this one. This was on the back of the envelope. So, and then these two are already colored, and I think they'll look cute on the card like that. So let's get them down. And I got some glue up in here I need to use. So let's try this. These were given to me by Sharon Reinheimer. She knows I'm doing a fairy book. Isn't that just as cute as it could be? It's a Jackson Pollock style. Wow, Michelle, thanks. Just a conglomeration? I do too. It was an accident. I had no idea I was going to do that. So she's going there. And I could go ahead and glue the rest of this postcard down now. Like that. Okay. Okay, Marty, going to go eat. Thank you, honey. Have a good dinner. So now that page is finished. September the 4th. Okay. Got a little date on there. That's cute. Let's see now. Take a little quick picture of that. And we could pick out, oh, I gotta do that one yet. And we can pick out a word. We've got wishful. Let's put wishful on there. I've got the word wishful. And just a little word. Just a little word. And we can just put it down here in the corner. Let's see if we can get it on there. Just like that. Just one little word, wishful. Okay. So let's see about this one now. We'll see about this one. There's some more words we'll use for the rest of the book. See, I could put a word on this one. Let's see. Fantasy. Wishful. Bedazzled. Fascinated. Fascinated. And charmed. Enchanted. Utopian. Wondrous. Fantastical. Let's use enchanted. They're just words. And we'll put it down here on the hem of her dress. I just love doing stuff like this. It's so fun. So it's just going to go right down here on her dress. And she's got enchanted there. Okay. Yes, it is a good word. It's a good fairy word. I typed up a bunch of words, and they're all similar to fairies. Journey, adventure, destination, passage. So that's what that's all about. Hi, Janice. Just popped in to give thumbs up. Thank you. Go eat your dinner. Hi, Miss Hen. Hello. So glad you're here. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Give me your thumbs ups. So I guess today's word, if you were to come back and go to another one of my videos and type something in the comment section, and the word is enchanted today. So you type that in, and I will know that you watched this video. So let's see about coloring her. And I'm going to use I can use pencils or ink pens on this one because it's so small. My pencils are already right here, so let's just use some of these. And we're going to do a few colors here. Uh, a few colors. See how we can do this. red polka dot mushroom. And then we'll find a spot for it in the book. And we're going to make this a red flower. Like that. And like that. And then we're going to use a yellow one. Like that. Red and yellow. That makes a pretty bright flower. We're going to try to fussy cut this out. Like that. And then we'll get some greens. We got to do her little her wings. So we're going to do some leaves, grass, and this is her stem of the flower, like that. Okay. And then I've got this green over here. We can add some more green to that other green. It don't take very long to do these little ones. Do the grass. I like the two-tone grass makes it look pretty. And there, and right there. Okay, that's good. That's good for the grass. And let's go with, that's another green. The more the merrier. That looks good. Okay. And then I think I'll go with some blues for my little blue wings. And her dress could be, part of her dress can be blue. And we'll do her dress. And then I've got some kind of a light colored for her skin. Like that. Okay. I'm working it. Then I'm going to use another blues, a couple of more blues for her. Um, this one's kind of a purple for her little polka dots on her wings. And maybe a pink on her top. Blend those together. Blue and pink make a purple. Mm-hmm. That looks good. That looks good. And then I need a brown for her hair or a black. And I think I'll do a little bit of brown in there to mix it with. How about that one there? Now that's a purple. I'll use it on the back of her wings. That's good. Looking for a brown. This one's a brown. And I'll do some highlights in her hair. The thread broke. It broke. This is going to be part of her hair. Like that. And then we've got the rest of the mushroom. And I'm going to go. Well, I already used the yellow. What should I do it in? Orange? Orange? Let's try orange. Okay. And then I think I'll do the background in a sky blue right behind her. Because there's a lot of little tuck spots in there that I think I can just do it in this and then I can be done with it. So there we go with our little fairy. It took us a long time to do it, but it was worth it. Totally worth it. And it's going to look really good in the book. I'll have to find a special spot for it. Okay, and I think I'll just do a little fussy cut around this, like just a close trim, not a total cutout, but a roundabout cutout. Like that. And there it is. And I think I'll put some water on it with the water brush. And because these are water ink tints pencils. So, hi Chassie. Hi Cindy. How you do? Come on in. Doretha. Belinda. Hi everybody. Come on in. So I just did this little watercolor. And the way I like to do it is I start with the light colors first and touch it with the brush, just the light colors. And then I'll go over the medium colors. And her legs are white, light, her face and her arms. And then I'll go over the medium colors and then the dark colors. You kind of like want to do all the green by itself because it'll turn their surroundings in green. But anyway, then I can do her dress because the colors will mix if you're not careful. Turn it to mud. So I activated it and it made it a little bit brighter. So we're going to take and look through the book and see if we can find a special spot for it. Did you hear Joe laughing in there? He's talking to somebody on the phone. He talks more on the phone than anybody I know. So we're going to look for a spot. We could still put it on this page over here. It wouldn't look bad. Let's just go ahead and put it there. So I'm going to get my glue stick back with my spatula and get some more glue out of here because there's a lot of glue down in there. I hate to waste it. So I just get a little bit of glue and we're going to smear it on the back of this thing we just made. Like that. It's all right. So I'm going to put that right there. Just like that. Hi, Candy. So there. How's that? So I'm going to leave the wax paper in the book so that my pages don't stick together. So, hi Dana. This got glue on it, so I'm going to just do it like that. But there's the rest of the page. And I think it looks cute. All right, so we did something in the fairy book. Shall we move on? You get a new car. Woohoo! That's awesome. I don't know that I've ever seen your car, Dana, because you're always driving Scott's truck. What kind of car? Yeah, we want to know. What color is it? All that good stuff. So, okay. So let me just flip through this a little bit. See what else I think I've done enough in it tonight, but we can always do something else. We did this one not too long ago. She turned out good. We did that one. I didn't paint the background on this one. That one turned out real good. And I just did butterflies on this one. That's good. And I framed this one. I get to do something over here. Don't know what. I'll put a postcard there. Another postcard. There's another background. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do in this tonight. So it's coming along really good. It's getting nice and fluffy, which is what we like. All right. Now, let's do our deco podge page. And maybe I can use this for the backgrounds. We'll see. So I showed you the um, Victorian book. I've got another book over here, another napkin book I can show you. So this is going back on the bookshelf. Turned out really cute. I love it. I love it. So the other book I have here is a napkin book, and this is for storage. This is a photograph book that I got at the secondhand store. And it's got the pictures. It's got the sleeve protectors in here, and it's got it's got napkin storage in here. So here's some. You can see through the sleeve protectors some of the napkins that I have in here. I've had this a long time. This was one of the first ones I did when I started storing napkins. So got plenty of napkins. But just to show you all how I store them, put them in a box, So let you all sneak peek some of the napkins. Got a sunroof. All right. You haven't had your own car in 4 years. Yeah, with two teenagers, I can understand that. It's a Honda Palisade. Oh, okay. That's a nice car. We looked at the Palisades. We did. We looked at those. White with black leather. Ooh. Um, I got a Highlander, but we were looking at Palisades real close. There was two or three that we were in, up in the air about. So I know it's a nice one. Good. So napkins. Who's got the napkins? There's another bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Who's got the bacon? This is the fall section. This one's vintage. This one came from my great aunt. It's probably as old as I am. No joke. She was a bridge player, and she had quite a collection of napkins when I went through her things. I got to keep some, and this was another one of her napkins. But she was a bridge player, and she had bridge at her house once a month. So she went to bridge once a week, I think. She was. Okay, and then now we're getting into the Christmas section. And there's my napkins. This might look good in what I'm doing today. I'm getting too many things out. That kind of 1800 look. And I just have a piece of lace around the edge of this to hold it together. Like that. And it goes on my bookshelf. Okay, so let's get the big book out and see about doing a page in it. This goes back in the fairy book. I knew I was going to forget to put that back in the fairy book. Just knew it. Okay, so this has got to go over here somewhere else. We're putting it over there. It's in the way. Now, if I could get all of this to sit up over here and behave, I'll have plenty of room on my desk. We'll see. I love that. I don't know what I was going to do with it, but I got it out for something the other day. There's some more stickers. Oh, these are fish stickers. So they'll go in the fish book. I'm collecting for the fish book. If anybody's got any fish, Dana, if you got any fish you want to draw and cut out, fussy cut, I'm making a fish book for fishies. So I didn't have an agenda today, so that can go over here. And so let's get this. I had this set out for the hidden pockets. If you needed me to do that again, I will. But we then talked about that. Okay. Anybody else need their hidden pocket names? Let me know. Type it in caps so that I can get to you. Now, my book. Just a second now. Oh, here it is. I knew I had it in my hands. This is my big book here. We're going to try to work on it today. And maybe I can use, oh shoot, did I drop it? Drop something. Okay. Let's try that. Push it back until it gets out of your way. Now, I dropped my thing. But anyway, I want to put this down first. And we're going to paint the edges out to blend into the book. And then I like this. Some of this for the background. This is collaging. And you're making your own page. And the white parts are going to get painted. And I have to get up to get the rest of my pictures. I dropped it. I dropped it. I dropped these on the table the other day. I had these up here. But we're going to try to use that picture. Okay. Angela, did I miss anybody? Kitty Jen? Hi, Teresa's here. Howdy do. Good to see everybody. Okay, so so anyway, I'm creating a page, and I'm going to put some of this stuff in there. We've got the word magic, the magic of Mount Leconte, the magic of love. We could put the magic of love. So this is what this is all about. So I'm just going to go ahead and maybe glue some of this down and see what happens. And then we're going to paint. So I'm going to get the rest of this glue out of this thing and use it. Just get it out with your spatula there and rub it down like that. Like that. So this one's going to go over here. And this other paper that I got, it came out of just a magazine. That's why they call it mixed media. Okay? Y'all sticking with me? No problem, honey. You're allowed to multitask. It's good for you to multitask. It keeps your mind. Can we draw some prompts? Yes, I can. Yes, we can. I'll let this glue dry, and I need to let this glue dry anyway, so we can do it next. So I got to use the rest of that glue stick. Like that. And we'll put this piece like that. And I think I'm going to put it underneath here as well. Like that. Can y'all see it? And I'm going to do some magic with paint. As soon as this glue dries, I'll do some finger painting. Let that dry for just a few minutes. And I did real good getting all of the glue out of there, so we can retire it. Then I'm going to put my lady and the gentleman on here too. They're taking a moonlight stroll. Yes, that's what they're doing. So they'll go down here too, but I'm not going to put them on here yet. I'll let that dry for a minute. We'll get you some prompts. Over here. So, y'all want to do prompts between 1 and 135. Between 1 and 135. $28. Green. We'll just do 10. And 77. String or thread. String or thread. Flip me back and forth. 27. Yellow. 62. Postage stamps. 34. Got some good ones tonight. 34 is a stamp print. Rubber stamp print. 99. Stamped tissue paper. White. A household item. And 135 is the last one. A zipper. Is that enough? 5. I need one more. A zipper. 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll pick one of them, and it's going to be this one. Fabric. Fabric. Fabric scraps. Did you get them, Jessie? Want me to take a picture? I'll take a picture too. I got Candy's message. She's wanting to change her address now, so I will put in her new address and we'll get it changed in the group. Then she can start playing trades with us. So let's go over here and over here and over here and over there and post this and go next and then post it. So many steps to do something. There you go. For anybody else who wants to play. Okay. So we will get back to our picture that I'm doing. And I ordered me some new blues. So I have a lot of blues in here. Uh-huh. So we can match up everything that we got going in here. So, and I've got some, see, I like this is a gray echo blue. And it might look good for some of that over there. We'll just see. Uh, uh, a little bit darker than that. We might have to make us up some blues. Uh, we might have to mix and make because I don't really think I have any of that. There's a little bit of this in here, but I don't know if it's enough to fool with. I like this one. Maybe this one. Oh yeah, that one would look good. Go with the darkies and then some. This one. Let's try this much. I know I went overboard on the blue paint, but you know I use it all the time. So these are not even opened yet, so I got to open them up. This is how I open them. Get a pair of scissors, cut that plastic thing, and then you just pick it up with the scissors and throw it in the garbage can because it's got static electricity in it. This one's open. This one's open. This one's not. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I'm just going to play, and I want to get, I think I'll get this one first. So I just want to get a little bit on my finger and just go around the edges and play. Well, okay, let's try it again. There we go. We'll just do a little bit of this. Oh, that blends that right in together. Oh my heavens, Betsy. Heavens to Betsy. Just a little finger painting. You can always add just a tiny touch of water if you think you need anything to smooth out more. It is water soluble paint. But I'm going to, I can take a brush and go a little bit around like this with the wet brush and do the rest of it. So the idea is to blend it out so that the paper and the picture and the back of the paper blend. That's my whole idea of doing that. It's kind of a Dee Dee technique. Any of y'all watch Dee Dee? She's my art hero. She is. I learned from her. She's the very first person I ever saw on YouTube. I found her on Ustream, and that was before YouTube. And they went out of business, and she switched over to YouTube. So I was with her before she switched over to YouTube. Just a week, just for a week. I was so mad because it took me took me so long to figure out. I'd never been on the internet before like that. I'd never seen craft shows like that before. I think that was about 2013, and I had no clue, and my whole world opened up. And Dee Dee was my very first person that I found, and so I definitely started following her, and then I found everybody else. I think that blends in really, really good. Can y'all see real good? I know it. I know it. She comes on at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning on Mondays and Wednesdays. Oh, really? She came in and gave you supported your channel? Well, that's great, Pam. She's been in my room a couple times, but I don't think she'll ever come back in. Well, she if she comes over to see me, she probably won't come back and chat because she's been in my chat room about 3 times, and every time she comes in, I I can't help myself. I like, oh my gosh, I get tongue twisted. I can't talk. I can't art. I can't do a thing when she's watching me. But if she watches me from the balcony, I don't know. I don't know if she's up there. So, but she does know who I am, and she has given me things to give away on my channel of her things. And and if you donate to her, she will give you a signed piece of her art that she has done. It might be a copy of it, but she will send you a signed piece, and her pieces. Uh, I'm going to. I think she's going to be famous. She's going to go down in history. She's going to be a famous mixed media artist, and she doesn't go that route, but she will be. Her all of her things, her pictures and her books, art books, and everything that she has made, they will be of value someday. And it may not be in her lifetime, but they will be. She's like a mixed media Picasso. That's how good she is. and and I'm bragging about her because she really is good. And she was my art hero because I was lost at the time when I didn't know anything about YouTube and all that. And she's my, I found a new life in my I found a new purpose in my life to do this. And it was Joe who talked me into streaming. He says, "You can do that, Beth." And I go, "Well, I don't know. I was going through a really bad time when we moved down here. It was so stressful. The move was so stressful. I kind of had I kind of had a nervous breakdown, is what I had. And I didn't go see the doctor about it, but I think I did. I think I had a nervous breakdown. But between her and then I found Janet Young because she's always in her room, and I found a couple of other girls that they watched, and then I found Cat Hand and Barb Owen. Oh my gosh. I made my first journal with Barb Owen. I'd never made a journal before, and it was a fabric paper journal, and it involved using interfacing, and interfacing has like a sticky side and an ironing side, and you put paper on the back of it and you iron it together, and it makes it stiff. And we made pages, and made I made a book, and of course it's a terrible book, but I have it. I mean, I don't think I'll ever throw it away because it was my first book. And that was with Barb Owen. And then I made another book out of paper bags with Cat Hand. And I love Cat Hand. And I did all of her. She had a mixed media morsel section in her life, and it was like all summer long, and I did all of those. She had lessons for mixed media morsels, and it was about backgrounds, different background techniques. It was all backgrounds, and I've got a book on it and everything. But anyway, that's how I got started. And like I said, when Dee Dee comes in here, I am tongue tied. But I just love her so much. But if she came in your room and she supported you, that is awesome. That is super. So I'm going to try a little bit of this blue. And oh, it goes good too. And see if that blue right there, I can add a little water to my brush and spread it out, fade it in and out. Oh yeah. But there's a lot of people that follow Dee Dee. She's got a lot of people. She's got thousands and thousands of subscribers. And she's that good. She's a very good sketch artist, and she loves to collage and make things. And I paint along with her. I used to paint along with her um, back in the day when I first started when I first started arting. Before I started streaming, I was arting along with her. So that's good. So I can, I'm gonna get another one. I forget which one. I haven't used this one yet. This has got a lot of blue green in it. I don't know if you can see this far down. I'll get you down here a little bit closer. It's got a lot of blue green, and it's a thick paint too. So I'm gonna add some water to my brush. It's a blue green, and see, I paint up on the on the picture to blend my paint in. And if I keep the striations going this direction, it'll blend out into this picture. Making it up as I go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this is an example over here on this spiral. See the spiral and the paper? With a Coptic stitch, I could paint clear to the edge and there would be no white showing at all with the Coptic stitch style. And on this particular style, I either stop at the spirals, stop at the wire, or I have to go in between each one of these things, which I don't mind doing. I'm just goofing off. Just goofing off. Piddling here. Playing in the paint. Playing in my paints. And see, this kind of looks like a waterfall over here. I could make a waterfall. Yes, her husband is, well, he likes to read, and he comes on and he colors with her. I've never seen him draw anything, but I've seen him color in a coloring book and play along with Dee Dee. Well, once a year he does that. He supports her, just like my Joe does. So I'm just getting a little bit of that white covered up like that. Just a little something, something there. So let's go with this other one over here. It's a gray. It's a matte, but I think I would like it over here. It's gray, but I think it'll be fine. We'll do it over here, and I'm going to go in off the page. When I bought this paint, it was all 58 cents a bottle, and you can't hardly find it that cheap anymore. So I bought everything that I bought in that box that was real cheap, and uh, I got a good deal on them, and so that's why I bought so much. And this paint, you very rarely goes bad. You keep it forever. There's a few that smell that sour, that smells like they're soured or something, and that is like, out of all of the bottles I have maybe 3 bottles that smell, but the rest don't. So it's just, I don't know how they get it to smell uh, when they make it, and I have no idea where they make it from. If it's overseas or not. Uh, I would imagine it's all overseas, uh, but I treated myself earlier this summer to the paint, and I'd like to get back into some of this paint and start painting more often. I miss it. I used to have paint alongs. Well, there it comes. So anyway, I'm just painting around my edges, getting it all fixed up, blending and blending and blending. And that's one of my favorite things to do, is to blend, as you all well know. Okay, I put a little bit of that up there. There's a couple little white spots down here. So, oh my goodness, there it goes. All right, so I did that one. I did this one. And I think I did this one. And I did this one because it's still open. And I have this one left. So I'm going to finish off with this one. And this is a pearl. And I guess I'm going to be doing it with my fingers because I spilt it. And it'll be perfect to finish it up with this. Like that. little bit of shiny here. So, a couple little white marks there. That's the sun shining, the moon shining through. So, what do y'all think? You think that looks pretty good? And I think I do need a little bit of white. So I got my fingerprints all over this piece. So if they ever need to know who really made this page, they'll know it by my fingerprints. I got a couple little goofy parts that I'll have to dry and go over those again. So I'm gonna give this a quick dry. It's kind of already dry. Now when Dee Dee makes these type of collages, she she likes to do outer space, and she likes to do things in a particular style that she has created for herself, and um, and she likes to put in like planets and other earthy things, and she likes to put in anything related to time. She likes to coordinate her pieces, and she just loves the element of time and space travel and that type of thing, time travel, and she always it makes it unique. Her pictures are. So this couple is going to go down here, and I'm still going to work on this some more. Still need some more. So I'm going to use. I've got a antique parchment that has a little bit of yellow in it, and I mixed it together and made that color. And I think, and there's nothing hardly in there, but I'm going to try to use the rest of this up and see if I can do a little bit more of like this sky up in here, and and this is what Dee Dee does. Shh, shh, shh. It's a noise she makes when she paints. But I like that idea of doing a little bit of that moonlight in the background, sky, and a little bit more down here and over in here. So, do a little finger painting. A little more blending. Oh, I like that. That turned out really good in here. It turned out really good. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then I think I'm going to try to do, uh, well, I'm going to put them down in here. So I don't, but I got to blend them in as well. So let me go ahead and glue these guys down. That's Victoria and Edward right there. Victoria and Edward taking a moonlight stroll. So I'm gonna I'm gonna use a glue stick. Now she likes to use matte medium, golden matte medium, and she puts glue on the back side and the front side when she glues down. And but she makes her pieces um, hard. They're hard like that, and they're clicky, and they're it's like they're finished with varnish to last a really long time. And she finishes her pieces like that, and then she always does the back in black, and she does the trim in gold, and then she signs it on the back. That's what she does. I don't I quit signing mine. I don't do that. I don't need to do that. So anyway, um I still want a little bit more of that yellow down in here. It's a real soft yellow, and it's made with antique parchment paper white with a dab of yellow in the bottom of it, and that's what color this is. It's made up, and I want to do a little bit more. So let's see. We'll see. And I'm just going to do this around the edge and see if it'll work. And I think it will, just like that. I think I'm done. Now we need a word. We'll find some words to put on it. So, and I know the light over top of the room is making it shiny, but that's what it looks like there. I think it looks pretty good. Blended it right together. So let's see if I can find some words. So now you know how to collage. All I did has I had 3 or 4 pieces of paper that I glued down, and then I blended the edges with paint to blend them together. That's it. Glue and paper and some paint. So I'm gonna let this over here, let it dry, and I'm gonna look for some words. I don't know if I can get any of these blues up in here or not, because I did throw away 2, 3 bottles the other day. So I might have room for some of these. That's all I have room for. These will have to go back in the other box. And I have a book that has words, vintage words. Oh, we could use one of these Romeo and Juliet. What's in a name that which we call a rose by any other word would smell as sweet? Romeo and Julio. We could put them in here. Romeo and Juliet. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, for that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Romeo and Juliet. Let's see. What about the rose? Is it in here too? Romantic words. We're looking for romantic words. The front, it was on the front cover. What's in a name? It's like that. And I don't see it on that page. And here's another one. It's a sonnet. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's least halts all too short a day. I wonder if there's one for the nighttime. My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips. The snow be white why than her breasts are done. Oh Lord, talking about her breast. I'm looking for the rose one. It's got to be in here because it's on the front cover. Unless I've already cut it out. There's a couple of cutouts in here. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. That's Helen Keller. I don't see a rose. It's not in here. Did I already cut it out? I cut one out right here. I bet that was the one I cut out. I'll pick that Helen Keller one. Words. I'm going to use one of the one of them poems. Oh, the front. This one's all script and cursive. But I want Romeo and Juliet. There's doubt. Doubt thou the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun does move. Doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Hamlet. Little definitions. Okay, I think I'm going to go back up here and I guess we'll have to use the good night one. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night, the day, thou canst not be, then be false to any man. That one's just too difficult to read. Okay, we're going to do the round one, the oval. So, um, Angela, yes, Angela, are you streaming I know she's got a new Facebook group. Is this your new? Is this? Are you going to be doing YouTubing? She's just starting. You're going to do YouTube, and Angela, I would love. Um, Not yet. Okay. Okay, she's getting started. Well, I tell you what, Angela, when you get your camera set up and you want to practice, I will help you practice. I'll let you come on with me on here and everybody can see your hands and see everything that you're making and you can get you can get warmed up, okay? And everybody in here will be everybody will know you and everybody will subscribe to you and all that good stuff. Yes, we can get you started and get you warmed up and because I know that you're very capable of doing this type of stuff and I know that everybody would love to watch you because we like each other. We just like each other. Okay, so I'm going to use that one there, and I think I can make it a little bit bigger uh, by putting it on here and doing a frame. So let me glue this thing down like that. And I'll use a credit card to smoosh it on there real good. And then I can use decorative scissors to cut it out. All right. Very Victorian-ish. Victorian looking. It's a Victorian style. And I also know, uh, you probably already know this, but Pam will can take you onto her channel and do an interview with you as well to help you grow your channel. And if you get it done before October, you need to contact Dana and Becca. Dana is doing a hop in October, and it's for anybody who has less than 1,000 members or followers, and it's just to help grow your channel. And that would be awesome to get you on that too. You did. Okay. Oh, there's Pam. And Pam, you're going to have to remind me when I signed up for you. She's got me coming on her channel as a guest. And I know it's in October, but I'm going to say the 12th, but I don't remember. So be sure and get with me on that when you get time. So I got this inked up. Like that. And I think it looks okay. So Romeo and Juliet, Samson and Delilah. That's right. So yeah, we like to support each other. That's for sure. So let's get this back on the page and then it'll be finished. We'll just put it up here. And that's all that I'm going to do with this tonight. You know, you can always add more things, birds and things like that, but I think this is fine for right now. That's all I'm going to do tonight. I think that's enough. Joe is in there just a jabbering on the phone. He is talking up a storm. So we'll put this down. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, by all means. And Angela, please send us pictures. Please. If you would like to if you're allowed to share the movie that you're in, you're welcome. You know, that's an art. You're an artist. You're an actor, voice actor, but it's an art. And you're allowed to share that in my group if you want to. Now, I do see here I didn't finish these things right here. So let's go back down there and see if I can paint that up. Gonna have to get some paint. Just a dot. Just a dot. Every little bit helps. And this is kind of a pearly color. So we'll just blend it all up in there. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture. Brian, how you doing, Brian? We'll put that in the Facebook group. Let it dry some more. Now, what else was I going to do tonight? I was going to do something. I didn't get to use this napkin, but I can do it next time. We'll see about doing that, putting that down on our book and gluing some collaging with it. Let's see what else we can do. Let me go over here and get some fabric, and I think I've got some fish fabric that I can cover this book with. That'll be fun. Okay, I've got some fish, but I don't have enough. So I'll have to get another piece to go with it. It could be I have more somewhere else, but I don't know where it is. I'm just going to use this because it's the first thing I grabbed. So we're going to cover that book, and I've got some lace down here. So we'll just do this. Oh, Jesse's posted her prompt pages. Whew. So, oh, look at the teddy bears. That's cute. I need coffee. And then here's the other one. That looks good. Thank you, Jessie. I love it when y'all play along. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I can add some pictures that I just did, the fairy picture and the other one. So they're in there. And the fairy. Okay, so I'm going to do another, Ellen, pay attention. I'm going to cover a book. Pay attention. So I've got quite a bit of this fabric here. So let's see if I can do it. I should be able to do it with just that piece. Navy. I think my mom bought that. She was going to make cushions. She never did do it. Oh yeah, this is more than big enough. Okay, so let's cut this in half for starters. Don't know if I can rip it or not, but I'll give it my best shot. Oh yes, that's the way to do it. Then this will be for something else. Plenty of fabric. Okay, so here's my book. Here's my fabric. I don't think there's a right or wrong side. I don't see any difference. So we're just going to lay it down. We're going to lay our book down, and we're going to we want this. Now I could see I'm going to fold this in. Now I could get another piece, a bigger piece. Uh but I'm not going to worry about that right there. I think I can patch it in with this type of fabric. It'll be easy. And then I need a little bit at the top, but not that much. And I can piece that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hot glue gun. Now you can also use tacky glue and things like that, but it'll take time to dry. And sometimes it's easier to use the hot glue when I'm teaching in front of you guys. So I'm going to make these front and back about the same, like that, like that. That'll be good. So that's the way it's going to be. So you can see my book moved. See how it moved when I had it sitting straight up and I lay it down. I got this right there, but my book will move if you don't watch it. So what you got to do is be careful and do one side at a time. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue the front of my book or the back, either one. I'll do this one first. And I'm going to glue a square right here. I'm not going to glue the spine. I'm just going to glue one square, and the spine will be free so that when I work in the book, it'll be easier. So I just make sure I got enough glue sticks out, and I'm just going to make a square with this glue here, hot glue gun. And then I'm going to go ahead and open my book back up and lay this back down, and it should be right where I want it. Okay, so I can take, and I am off a little bit. I am, and I don't know if I can correct it now or later. I don't know. I may not be able to with the hot glue gun, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. So now I'm going to glue this in, glue this down. So I'm going to make, I don't need to go all the way over. I just need to go as far as this. So you just make a note, a memory note there, or mark it with a pencil. I'm going to do another square like that and fold that over. So we're gluing covering our fish book. Okay. So I'm going to do the front the same way. So, okay. Put some glue down. And open it back up. Kind of roll it. Lay it down. Now, if I want to fray the edges of my fabric, I can leave this raw up here and then feather it. I don't have to glue it down if I don't want to. But I am going to glue this down like I did the back side. So I'm going to use this as my mark and glue this down. And glue this back in like that. And it's a little off, but I don't mind. So there's my book. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good for a crafter. I'm a crafter. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fray my edges. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut this again, and then I'm going to fringe it. So I'm leaving maybe a half of an inch or a quarter of an inch up there. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be frayed. And we're going to fringe. We're going to fringe that. Then I can do the same thing down here. Cut this off a little bit. Leave a little bit so you can unravel the edges. So that'll make it different. We like variety, and then this will be a good piece of fabric leftovers. And I can use some of this inside the book and make some pockets with it. I can use some of that fabric. So here's going to be the hard part. Well, it's not going to be the hard part. It's going to be a fiddly part where we go by the edges, and you can snip it a few places and get it going. Get it going. Like that. And you just sit here and unravel the the threads like that. You could also glue some eyelash trim on it or something if you like that kind of a fuzzy thing. Doesn't have to be this way. It could be anything. Lace. But this is a fish book. I thought I would try to keep it, fishy. Hi, honey. Mm-hmm. So here's a fish.
Oh, yeah, that's fishy.
And so I'm going to use this fish for the front of my fish book. And this is an old shirt. It's not Joe's shirt. It was Murph's shirt.
Murph.
Mm-hmm. So I've even got
That's the Broderick. That's the
where that went together. But he wore this shirt. I washed this shirt 100 times for him. It was one of his favorite shirts. So I think I'll cut this off there or there. I think I'll do that. I'll put this
Don't you like
on.
put the doubles up at the top?
Well, I'm going to put, this is the
Oh,
curve,
okay.
and I'm going to
Oh, I
put the
see it.
curve center,
So
the
it's
kind of
kind of
center of the
centering
book.
it on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And
wasn't that
but I could do that. Yes.
mailbox.
Okay, I know you told me.
I thought it did.
Yeah, you told us. So, but I could do that. But I think I like it better up there. And I can cut it off, and I can get an extra fish in
That's the
down
first
here.
time I seen that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I'm surprised you ain't cut those fish out of there.
I knew I was going to use it for something someday.
Well, it's a great memory.
Memorial,
Memorial.
memory,
Memory.
memorabilia, memorabilia,
No, it's not memorabilia.
memorabilia is something that you keep. That's a memory. So, and I could put that in the book, but I'm going to put this right there, and I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut that off. I could do it this way and let it hang over, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut it. So here's how we're going to do it too. I'm going to do it like that, and I'm going to cut like that. This is the way it's going to go. And I could fray the edges of this too to match the frayed edges at the top. Yeah. It's getting better and better. And if you can't get it started, all you got to do is get a little pin or needle or something, and you can get the threads started by picking it a little bit like that, and it gets them started like that. Oh, it's coming along. It's coming along. And then this needs to be frayed. See if I can. Anyway, I had a gentleman that I worked for. I was in a nurse's aide, and I worked for him, and I helped take care of his wife, and we did her care, and she lived extra 5 years, and we kept her at home, and he was a fly fisherman. He was a fly fisherman, and he loved fish, and he had fishing poles and fly and all. He would make his flies and do all that, and every year he'd try to go fishing, and he was getting up there, and he said, I don't know if I can go anymore or not. And I said, well, go one more time, and then next year you can sit it out. I said, you're in good shape, you can go. If your nephew's going to take you, and he'll cater to you and do everything you need. And I said, just get another year in. And he did. He kept going, and he went for several years while I was there. And then I was able to stay with his wife while he was gone, and we did her hospice care at home, and it was a blessing. It was a blessing to be involved. And then he uh, lived alone for quite a while, and he was in his 90s, and he decided he wanted to go into an assisted living because the house was too big, and he wasn't driving anymore, and stuff like that. And he said there's no need to keep this old house. So he went in assisted living, but I went back and took care of him for a little while before he went into the assisted living. I went back and every day and helped him. And he'd want to go to the store, or I would go to the store for him, stuff like that. And so he got to live alone for quite a while, a few years. I didn't memorize everything. I don't keep track of it, but I was with him for several years. And then when he went into an assisted living, I was done with him. But he was such a jewel to work for. And, and it was really an accident that I got working for him. It was a total accident. It's almost 9 o'clock, you guys. I've been sitting here piddling all night. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down, and I can continue to fray it as we go about our way. But that's what it's going to look like when we put it down. And I can't tell if they're up or down. Are the fish up and down? They're all over the place. I think I'm going to put it the other way. I don't know. But there's the fish. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun and glue it down as one layer. So we're making a fishing book. Does anybody like to fish? George, I think I'm out of glue sticks. I'll have to get me some glue sticks out of the closet. And we don't fish. Joe has always said that he wanted to go fishing, but he's never gone. He bought this tackle box one time, and he still has it, I guess. And it's got all this fishing equipment in it. And I think all of the jelly, the jelly worms, and the hooks and stuff, all that stuff is all it's disintegrated. It's dry rotted. But there's the front of my book. Yay! So let's christen it with a sticker, and then we'll quit for the night. We'll christen it with a sticker. I got 100 stickers in here. So let's see if that'll show up on the front. We got to get us some trout. There's all kinds of fish. Can't hardly see them. Look, there's a blowfish. There's one of those. Oh, you all know what that is. They sell them by themselves in the fish stores. There's a fish, and there's a trout, and one more. That's a different one. All right. So I'm going to put these on the front. Beta fish. Yes, Esther. And I have no idea if this is going to work, but we'll try it. And if we have to, they don't stick, then we'll try something else. Okay. Maybe it goes that way. I think it does. Do fish swim upside down? I've never seen a fish swim upside down. So there's the front of our fish book. We'll get a big angelfish in here. So we're going to put this one right there. Ta-da! And that's all we're going to do. So we'll put the rest of the fish, we'll put some more fish in the fish book, of course. But I'll stick them in the back here. Because I don't have uh, any other reason to put fish in anything else. I don't. Oh gosh, they're hard to pick up. Sticking them in the back. And I've got some more of the fish material. We can continue to use some fish material in the book. Make some pockets. Decorate. And I can use some of this plaid too. And that's a pretty one there. So I'm going to put this in the book. So we started a fish book. So what kind of books, what kind of fish books are you guys going to start making? What kind of fish book will you use? I think this would be cute as a belly band. See, it'd be a belly band. So what I want to do is glue this end. And then I'll glue this end. And that's the strip on the front of the shirt with the buttons and the holes. That's what that is. So I made a belly band. I'm excited. I've never done a fish book before. And this rest of the fish will this will go in the book as well for later. And we'll do something with it. And I've got a couple of pieces of lace trims I found on the floor. So there's the beginning of our fish book. And we'll look for some more. I got some charms and you know, might find some fish charms around here. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. So my desk is cleaned off. Look at that. So I will be back on Saturday night. So if you guys need me, message me. If you need the names of your hidden pocket trade, message me and I'll give them to you. I think I've got everybody's out, divvied out. So, and I'll be back Saturday night and we'll do some more fun stuff. So I will see you then. Thank you very much. Good night. Good night, everybody.